What's good, everybody? It's DJ Rello. I'm back for another Connected Sound podcast. This is podcast 3, I think we're on now. I want to say thank you, like I always do. Thank you to last week's listeners. Thank you to last week's viewers. I wouldn't be doing this podcast without y'all. I thank you guys for tuning in, listening, subscribing, watching, whatever you're doing, liking a Instagram video, picture, whatever you're doing. If you're supporting me, you're supporting Connected Sound. I want to say thank you. Podcast 3 is coming off a week hiatus. Last week I didn't drop a podcast. A lot of things going on. I got a call last weekend. My uncle suddenly passed away, and that crushed me hard. This is like one of my favorite uncles. This dude was like just one of the coolest, nicest dudes ever. So had to take a week off, be with my family, handle things like that need to be handled for my uncle. And I just want to say rest in peace to my Uncle Doug. And I got some crazy memories. Just thinking the past week, I'm like, man, I got some pretty cool memories with my uncle. I really love my uncle. He did for like 15 years. Every year, I think it was like last weekend of September, if I'm not mistaken. Last week of September, he would do a pig roast at his house every year. He would invite basically all the fam would be there. The whole neighborhood would be there. And like growing up and like seeing this, it was crazy because it was kind of like a family reunion, but with your neighbors invited. I never seen nothing like that. It was like so different to me because it's like, obviously I'm black, so all my family is pretty much black, and the neighborhood they lived in was all pretty much white people. And it was just good to see all of us together, all of us mingling, all of us vibing to music and eating pig and whatever else people brought. Liquor was flowing, the beer was flowing, the music was definitely flowing. And it was just, I think about that and I'm just thinking good times with my whole family, my cousins, and my uncle especially. It was all great times. I want to say thanks to my uncle. A couple years back, one of the last pig roasts we did, he let me DJ. And I was like, this is like a big deal. I've been coming to these pig roasts for like all my life, all my young life for the most part. So that was a big deal for me. I want to say thank you, Unc. Rest in peace. Doing this for you. You dig? On the brighter things, last week's podcast, last podcast, not last week, excuse me, last podcast we did, I asked, who should I bring on the podcast? And honestly, the response was great. I got a lot of people hitting me up, asking to come on. I got a lot of people referring other people to come on. And like I said, it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. I'm going to try to get all you guys and girls, ladies, whatever. I'm going to try to get you guys on this podcast. I want to learn more about people that I don't know about. I want to hear your music. I want to know what background you came from. I want to know all that. So starting next month, we're going to start bringing on interviewees, people to interview. We're going to start bringing them on and changing up the podcast a little bit. Another reason why we had a setback this week with the podcast, last week, is because of my homie Tay. I'm going to call Tay up right now, actually. Tay, he was supposed to be here to shoot the podcast with me. He's supposed to be a co-host. I'm waiting on Tay. I'm waiting on Tay Joseph. If y'all don't know Tay, Tay is a comedian. He's an Instagram celebrity. Yo, Tay, man, what took you so long, man? Why is you not on the podcast yet?
Oh man, my car got 4 flats.
Come on, man. Since when the Lambos get flats, man?
You know where I'm at, man. I'm about to pull up, kid.
Yeah, all right, man. Yo, I'm about to finish this podcast, man. I just wanted to let the world know how much cap you is, man. Holla at me. That's Tay. Tay Joseph hopefully will start to be a co-host with me on this podcast. It's something that me and Tay have been talking about for well over a year, probably about a year and a half now. We've been talking about doing a podcast. We've been talking about wanting to bring people on for interviews because me and Tay within this music industry, we know a lot of different people, and I feel like it could be fun. Me and Tay are two different people. I'm a little older than him. We come from different walks of life, so I feel like having him to be a co-hosting with me, maybe not every week, but at least most weeks, I feel like it would give the podcast a nice, you know what I mean, a little left turn, bring a little bit more comedy, maybe a little less serious. When it's just me, I'll be on my serious, like, locked in time, but when Tay's around, we get goofy, we get silly, we get funny. He's a great dude, great comedian. I can't wait to have Tay on the podcast. Whenever he gets here, man, whenever he gets the Lambo fixed, Tay, we're going to have you on the show, man. Doing things up a little differently this week. We got some segments. I'm going to try to segment out everything to make it a little easier to digest and just make it easier on for me so I know what's coming next. Well, I know what I need to talk about. I need to know what angle I'm going to. The first one we call is the vibe. The vibe, this is stuff that I'm vibing with at the time, whether it's on a local scene, whether it's on a global, whatever type scene, this is what I'm currently vibing with. And over the last 2 weeks, I should say, there's some things that caught my eye. Very first thing, I know you guys heard the Ye track Easy. In the game, excuse me. It's not just Ye, it's got the game on it as well. I know you guys heard that. First of all, I want to say I love the production from Hit Boy and Mike Dean. Those are like two GOATs in the game. Hit Boy and Mike Dean, crazy production. The production grabbed me off rip. Then I listened to the song, and then I hear scratching at the end. I'm like, man, that sounds familiar. And, of course, it's my all-time favorite DJ. The reason why I wanted to start DJing in the first place, DJ Premier. Of course, if it's going to be some scratching on the track, it's got to be DJ Premier. He's a GOAT in this game. If you need scratching on your tracks, man, you probably are going to go to DJ Premier. So I wanted to say shout out to them for that. Ye's always bringing some different type of collaborations together. He's never been afraid to do that. He's always bringing some different things together. But I know you guys heard the Ye bars. Ye came with some bars in this one. We came with some bars and some controversial stuff. A little bit. Stuff been in the blogs for the last week or so. First thing, he says, this is the best divorce ever. Somehow, I believe him. I don't even know how, I don't know how I do, but I believe him. Like, he's having a different type of divorce. Like, this dude moved next door to his still wife, soon to be ex-wife. He says it's to be close to the kids. I guess I respect it, man. When you got that type of money, you can do things like that. You could say, yo, okay, you're not my wife no more. Now you my baby mom. You my ex-wife. I want to be with my kids. I don't want you to keep my kids from me in any way. I got the money. I'm moving next door. Sound a little bit crazy. A little bit crazy, but I respect it from Ye. If you want to see your family, you want to be your family, you got to fight for your family. You got to do whatever you got to do for your family, and Ye is doing that, so I can't do anything but respect it. I can't do anything respect it. One thing that kind of turned me off about Ye right now, this dude has not taken those Balenciaga boots off yet. He put on those Balenciaga boots. I think it's like a Balenciaga and Crocs. He put those boots on, and since Donda, and has not taken them off. I know them boots probably smell like shit by now because I don't know if it's just y'all, but man, I wear boots too often. My feet start to sweat crazy. My feet start to stink bad. I know, not unless he's rotating them, which he might be, but them Jones look a little beat to me. Switch the boots up. You said in the song, yo, I got the Yeezy boots on in the shower. Nah, you don't got the Yeezy boots on in the shower. You got them damn Balenciaga boots on in the shower. And the last but not least bar that really caught my ear, and I know it probably caught y'all ear too, said something about, they saved me from the crash to beat Pete Davidson's ass. That's a different level of, you that famous, you could take shots at your ex-wife, her current new boyfriend, on wax, and this shit never goes away. 50 years from now, you're going to be able to hear somebody, Pete Davidson is going to be a motherfucking grandpa, and somebody going to be able to look up, yo, Remember when Ye said he was gonna beat your dad's ass, your granddad's ass? That's crazy. But I respect it from Ye because Ye is the type of dude, he will put that type of shit out with no remorse. He's gonna do it. And plus, at the end of the day, this all results in a bigger media presence for Kanye West. Like, he says shit like this, and everybody does exactly what I'm doing right now, and that's talking about it. And that leads people to listen to your music. That leads people to look you up, whatever have you. And all that most likely leads to more money for Ye. So shout out to Ye for not being afraid to be a firecracker and not afraid to go left and say some shit that other people probably just wouldn't say. Another project that got my ear this week was the Cordae project. I don't know if you guys are tapped in with Cordae or not. So Cordae is a great young artist. He sounds different than all the artists around his age, for sure, and just a lot of artists that are out right now. To me, he dropped a great project. I really like the project. He got features from like what? Gunna, Freddie Gibbs, Roddy Ricch, even got Stevie Wonder on the track. Like, Stevie Wonder on the track, and he got Eminem on the track. I mean, that's legendary status. Legendary status. Lil Wayne, like, come on, man. Those guys on a track, on an album, excuse me, that type of stuff doesn't come till later on down the line with most artists till they start getting those bigger features. To me, when I see features like that, and I see the push that was put behind this project, to me, it shows that the label trusts Cordae. They're willing to spend the money on him because they know they're going to get it back. So, shout out to Cordae. My favorite tracks on them is probably, I mean, you got to love the Chronicles with her and Dirk. You got to love that. That's just a vibe. That's like some old R&B type feel. Talked about that on the previous podcast about bringing back feel-good tracks. Cordae, you did a great job. You did that. My favorite track on the album is probably Today with Gunna. That first listen, that initially caught my ear. Another project that caught my ear, I know you guys probably had heard it by now, Youngboy. Came out with another project, already starting 2022 fast. This dude drops like 5 albums a year. He'll go to jail for 3 months and 4 months, 6 months, and still drop more projects than your favorite artist. One thing that is undeniable with Youngboy is that he puts the work in. The music is there. Whether you like the music or not, it's out there. And he drops it consistently, which means he's always feeding his fan base, which means his fan base is always happy, and they're always going to keep streaming. They're going to keep watching videos. They're going to keep listening to projects he dropped, and they're just going to be overall supportive. And that makes Youngboy one of the top dogs in this game. He just is. He works his ass off. Motherfucker gets in trouble a lot, but he works his ass off, and he puts out that music, and he always puts out videos. This dude's been dropping videos from his house in Utah. Like, there's no excuse for you to not be able to drop a video or any of that anymore. This dude's on house arrest in Utah, and he's still dropping videos every couple weeks from his house. There's only a certain amount of scenes he can do, yet he still gives his fans what they want, and he delivers. My favorite track, Fish Scale, for sure. I mean, that's without saying. Talked about this the other week. Lil Reek, 1-1. Man, listen, great project. My favorite track, Ooters. Come on, man. He said we never beef with no computers. No cap, Lil Reek. No cap. We never beef with no computers. We never beefing online. You can say what you want. You can say whatever you want. Leave that shit online, man. Don't nobody worry about that. But PTSD on Lil Reek's new project, that's my favorite track. I really love that version on that. I love that version of Lil Reek. I love that version. I love when he's on those type of tracks. And I guarantee it, Lil Reek's first huge track is probably going to sound a little bit like PTSD. That's just me. That's what I believe in. Like I said, I really fuck with that version of Reek. Shout out to him. He's going to be on first big festival, Smokers Club Fest out L.A. That's going to be first of many, man. First of many. I know he's going to kill it. Shout out to Lil Reek. Shout out to Harrisburg. Shout out to Hagerstown, Maryland. Another project. These are some local guys. Like I said, touched on Reek. He's blowing up. One of my guys from around the way just dropped a project not too long ago. Sonny Bronco, Trauma the Treasure. I listened to that. It's a good project. It sounds very good. Sonny been working for a while. In this area. I've known about Sonny Bronco for years. He's been putting work in. New project is great. My favorite track gotta be Grow Up. My man said all that cap, yo, like you like to do, but you ain't about to help you blow up. Something like that. All that cap you like to do ain't about to help you blow up. Like something along those lines like that is true. You gotta put the work in, man. All the cap, all the line, that shit don't work. You gotta put the work in this industry, in this life. If you don't do it, it's not gonna reward you. It's about to reward Sonny, man. He's been working for a while. Shout out to Sonny Bronco. Shout out to Hagerstown. You know what I'm saying? We about to get to it, man. Holla at you guys, man. Definitely come through. Come see me soon. We're going to keep it moving. Did you guys watch any sports this past weekend? I know you had to. If you missed any of these NFL games, you probably missed out. And I don't think I'm exaggerating. I think you missed out on the best weekend of NFL football ever. If you think this is the best weekend of football that you've ever seen, comment, let me know. But me personally, I think this is the best weekend of football that I've seen, especially playoff football, ever in my lifetime. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that ever. The Bucs, they ended up losing 27-30 to the Rams. I couldn't believe it. I mean, we all think at this point Tom Brady is a lock to go to the Super Bowl. But this year, he got taken over. I didn't think it was going to happen. They came back strong in the fourth. They scored like 14 points in the fourth quarter to tie the game up. But believe it or not, Matt Stafford drives them back to get a field goal and win the game. Yes, Matthew Stafford, the same dude from the lowly Detroit Lions, got his guys in the divisional round. That's why you go from C-level, D-level talent to high B, A-level talent in Stafford. That's why you do that. You had to make that change. Stafford, he did his thing. Cooper Kupp, oh my God. I mean, this dude, I don't know if he got to be the best. Is he the best wide receiver in the league? Maybe. Devontae Adams, probably number one. Cooper Kupp, probably number two. 11 targets, 9 receptions, 183 yards, and a touchdown, and basically the game-winning catch. Shout out to Cooper Kupp, man. Shout out to Cooper Kupp. He's been doing this thing all season. He killed my fantasy team. Every time I played him, killed my fantasy team. Tom Brady not in the Super Bowl. Is he done, or is he going to keep playing? This dude's 44 years old. 44. I'm surprised he's even getting out of bed, working out at 44. That 44, I thought you're supposed to be chilling with your wife, your kids. Not Tom Brady, man. I think this dude is addicted to success. I think he's addicted to playing football. I don't know if Brady's going to keep going or not, but me, I'm secretly happy Tom Brady is not back in the Super Bowl. We got to see somebody else, man. To me, the best game of the whole weekend had to have been the Bills-Chiefs. Like, the best matchup between two young guys, man. Like, Mahomes and Josh Allen, they went crazy. They both threw for 300, at least 3 TDs, and both had 50-plus rushing yards. That is video game status. Turn Madden on right now, and don't play on easy. Turn Madden on right now. See if you can get your quarterback to mimic those stats. It's probably going to be a little bit difficult, man. These dudes are two great quarterbacks that are going to be around for a long, long time. I'm a little bit disappointed in Stephon Diggs, man. He had all the motivation from last year, and to come out of that game with 7 yards on 3 catches, it's not good enough. Hopefully you can use this loss and that performance as fuel for next year moving on. The Bengals beat the Titans 19-16. Joe Burrow, come on, man. He's the real deal. If you don't believe in him, you should. ASAP, because he's going to be around for a while, man. The AFC got somebody tough they're going to have to deal with. They are an amazing duo, him and Chase. Chase over 100 yards again on 5 catches. They're going to be a tough matchup. And another surprise, the Packers lost to the Niners. Like, that's crazy. No Brady, no Rodgers, like that. Neither of them. It's crazy. But the Packers line simply could not protect Aaron Rodgers. The 49ers D has been physical and solid all year, and they just beat people up. Offense and defense, 49ers just beat people up, and they beat the Packers up, man. They beat the Packers. Packers, what could they do, man? They just got beat by a better team, more physical team. I don't see Aaron Rodgers coming back to the Packers. Maybe you do. I see otherwise. I just don't see that relationship, that marriage working out anymore. I personally think Aaron Rodgers is probably going to go. I just hope he doesn't. I hope he gets out of the NFC, man. See ya. Get out of the NFC. I don't want to have to be dealing with him no more, man. Almost finished with this podcast. We're going to switch it up a little bit. I'm going to look up. This topic is called What's Trending. What I'm going to do is I'm finna look on my phone right now. I'm about to go on Twitter. Let me see. Let me see what we got. I'm about to go to What's Trending on Twitter. See if I can find something. Let's see. We got Bad Bunny. Of course, Bad Bunny, he trending a lot. National Compliment Day. Give somebody a compliment. I think I maybe gave somebody, said thank you. Is that a compliment? Said thank you at Dunkin' this morning. Let's see. Bow Wow. Let's see. Oh, no. This tweet says, imagine a nigga puts a gun to your head and tells you to name 3 Bow Wow songs. That is disrespectful. That's disrespectful to Bow Wow, man. Come on, man. It's a young GOAT, man, in the game. Y'all disrespecting Bow Wow. 3 songs? You can't name 3 Bow Wow songs? Come on, man. How old are you? You got to be a super, super young boy if you can't name 3 Bow Wow songs. To me, if I had to name 3 Bow Wow songs, my favorite, I mean, I've lived through the whole Bow Wow era. I'm basically the same age as Bow Wow. I would have to say Bounce With Me. I mean, that was a classic. He comes out as a young boy. Like, he's like 14, 13, however, he might even been younger than that. Bounce With Me. Definitely. That one changed the game for me. I would say another sleeper hit for me. Me and my cousins used to bang this on one of his albums back in the day, and it's the Dawn the Dutch. It's a Pharrell beat, Neptune's beat. I loved the Neptunes growing up. It only made sense. I was a young boy just like Bow Wow. My favorite producers on the track, Dawn the Dutch, gotta be one of my favorite Bow Wow tracks. I would say lastly, it's gotta be Let Me Hold You. I mean, who else had everybody doing that? That was Bow Wow. That was Omarion. Everybody doing that stupid, silly move, but it was a great song, and it's like classic. You can't say you can't name 3 Bow Wow songs, man. Stop being disrespectful, man. Y'all being real disrespectful to Bow Wow. Let's see what else we got. I'm going to go to YouTube now. Let's see. YouTube. Let's see what's trending on YouTube. YouTube. Let's see. On YouTube, we got trending. Okay, talking about the 49ers. We already talked about that. Okay. I see XXX Extentacion. Yeah, he just had a birthday. Shout out to X, man. Legend. Legend in this game. X, you are gone, but you are not forgotten. I'm seeing this. This looks like a Makeout Hill tribute. And it seems like he's going to be dropping some music soon, whether it says original music, whether that means he's going to be dropping new music or maybe he's dropping old music, maybe remaster, maybe some extra verses, maybe some songs we haven't heard. Either way, more X music is good. We need it all. Give it to us. We need it. Happy birthday. Happy belated birthday to X. I think the biopic or whatever is still being worked on. I think they said they're building a storyline for that. That'd be great. Hopefully they don't mess that up. I don't know who they're going to have be X, but they better cast it right, and this better be a great story, great biopic, just like the Juice WRLD doc was. Rest in peace to X. I think we're about done with this podcast today. I've touched on a bunch of topics. Like I said, rough week last week. Got through it. Had to bury my uncle. but I use that pain as motivation. I don't let that bother me. I don't let that get me down. You got to work through pain. Getting through pain is only going to help you out in the long run. Pain makes you stronger. Pain makes you more hardened, more rough. You're going to get through it as long as you don't give up on yourself. I want to say thank you, guys, for tuning in. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Thank you for whatever you're doing, watching, whatever. Thank you for tuning in to Connected Sound Podcast. This is DJ Rello. This is episode 3. Hopefully episode 4, you'll see my guy Tay Joseph on the podcast. Thank you, and holla at me.